Hi, I'm Tanya Lee Stone. I'm a Candlewick author. My previous books are Almost Astronauts and Courage Has No Color. And currently we are in production with Pieces into Chain Reaction, buttoning that up and getting it ready to go. I wanted to tell you just a little bit about one of the things that makes my narrative nonfiction books a little bit unique, which is that I take ownership of the visual storytelling layer of all of my books right from the get-go. So right from the very beginning of my research process, I am looking for all kinds of visual artifacts, photographs, diagrams, from all kinds of obscure sources, because my topics tend to be very little known topics. This proves to be fun and challenging and really rewarding in a lot of cases, because instead of being able to go to just a couple of larger, well-known archives and select photos, I'm really scouring the nation for very, very obscure images to include to be able to tell this visual storytelling layer alongside the narrative. A couple of fun examples from this book. One was an expert named Robert Mikesh, who worked for the Smithsonian Institute for a huge number of decades in his career, literally like 50 or 60 years. He was a balloon bomb expert, and he did these amazing diagrams of the balloon bomb and the bomb apparatus, the balloon itself. And I wanted to be able to show a couple of these diagrams in the book, which proved to be tricky because he's very elderly. And as the research progressed, he actually became quite ill and went into assisted living. But we were able, his son and I were able to secure the documents that we needed to be able to get permission from him, because his passion for this topic is as strong as mine. And really, he was thrilled to be able to help. So that was really rewarding and fun. Other interesting examples, I suppose, are when I'm tracking down relatives of my subjects in the book who have passed away, looking for really strong images that I can find to help tell their story. And sometimes this happens in the strangest of ways. Like I have kind of a detective gene in me, I think, to track these people down. So I'm finding them, these relatives, through all kinds of sources, sometimes Facebook, sometimes obscure mentions in obituaries. Like for one example, there was a woman whose relatives I couldn't find at all because their names were so different from hers. But what I did find was a one-line mention of a historical society that she was passionate about when she was alive. So I was able to call them and get somebody at that historical society on the line, who then connected me to a family member and was able to send me some photographs to look at. Another instance was Yuzuru Takeshita is the main figure in this book. And I had some old bad photocopies of images that I had gotten when he was alive, and he had since passed. But his family members could not find any of the photos that I was looking for. And I started calling around for some of the other people that were connected to him in the story, and very obscure connection just from having authentic conversations with people and letting them know what I was doing and what my goals were and to honor their stories. I was on the phone at one point with the granddaughter of his teacher when he was a teenager. And the granddaughter said, wait a minute, I think I have that photograph in a scrapbook from my grandmother. And she literally put the phone down, went over to her bookshelf and pulled out this photograph. And not only did she have the original photograph, but it was signed to her grandmother from Yuzuru Takeshita. So these are just some of the things that happened during the long course of my research that really includes all of this photographic research. And I'm so grateful to Candlewick to allow me to work with the design team and really just be involved in the whole process of telling this visual storytelling layer. So I hope you enjoy Pieces of Chain Reaction. Thanks so much.